Hey Dan. Well, we only have 2 more cities to clear before we're all done, so let's get started. Alright, let's see what this professor type has to say. Where am I? It covers nearly 1/2 of South America. It's the 5th largest country in the world. Alright, and we have nothing more to the left. We're in the top left-hand corner of the map. Let's just race along this road and get to that Koopa there. And we've got another very different architectural style here. And looks like it's another coastal city as well. Its capital is Brasilia, but you're not there. This place is more of a carnival, from what I hear. Or would that be Carnival? Oh, there's an artifact for us. Alright. Not quite sure what that's meant to represent. Nothing there. Let's head down one street. Take out this Koopa. Oh, another artifact. Looks like lights. Oh, and another Koopa there. Very good. Where am I? You finally made it to Rio de Janeiro, the South American tropics of Brazil. Okay, and what is this? Sweet of you, Super Sleuth, to find the cable car that climbs Sugarloaf Mountain. Okay, so it's a cable car. It's a very close look at the cable, I suppose. And these lights. We were scared to see the Redeemer without his spotlight. Okay. Continuing on. We've still got one more artifact to find. And we haven't come across any information booths, although there's one on this level. Let's chat with this little tyke. Where am I? To the south of Argentina, to your left is Peru. I'd brush up on my Portuguese if I were you. Alright. What is this? That's a big spotlight, and from what I hear, it belongs on top of Corcovado. Alright, and let's see. Why is Christ the Redeemer statue closed today? Like the sign says, bud, the spotlight from Christ the Redeemer statue was stolen, and we can't reopen until it gets returned. Here is a pamphlet with more information. Missing the spotlight from Christ the Redeemer statue. Reward $1,200, bonus $2,100. Standing at the top of the 2,037-foot peak of Corcovado, the statue of Christ the Redeemer holds out his arms as if to embrace the city of Rio de Janeiro. The concrete image of Jesus Christ weighs 700 tons. In 1931, most of Rio's churches pooled their collected money and erected the statue on top of the mountain. The top of the mountain is often in fog, but the huge spotlights keep the figure visible from every corner of the city. Alright, I want to return the spotlight from Christ the Redeemer's statue. From what material is the Redeemer made? That would be concrete. What groups donated money to erect the statue? Those were churches. Very good. Let's head on in there and see that. Yeah, the face is a little grumpy, perhaps, from that angle, but you know, still a pretty nice picture. All right, let's see if we can't find that last artifact. Haha! Just our luck. And we'll just clear out this Koopa there. Very good. And what else do we have? Okay, seashell. Well, let's head down because there does appear to be a beach. And if a seashell belongs anywhere, it should be the beach. Here we are. Why is the Copacabana beach closed today? Like the sign says, bud, the Copacabana beach seashell was stolen and we can't reopen until it gets returned. Here's a pamphlet with more information. Missing the Copacabana Beach seashell, reward $1,350. Going to the beach is an art form in Rio. There are different sand spots for tourists, the young and the old, the rich and the poor. Certain beaches around the world are well known for surfing, shell collecting, or, as in this case, for people watching. The world's most famous beach, Copacabana, curves 4.5 kilometers into Guanabara Bay. It sits in front of the world's most densely populated urban area. Those who know say that on a summer weekend, upwards of 100,000 people will spend some time on Copacabana Beach. Alright, I want to return the Copacabana Beach seashell. I'm not sure why one single seashell is all it takes to close the beach, but we'll continue on. It is famous for people watching. And how long is the beach? Oh, see, they've done 4.5 kilometers and 4.5 miles. Just to confuse you there, make sure you're paying attention. It is kilometers. Very good. And see what they mean by the way that it curves around the bay. Alright, very nice. And lastly, looks like we've got one more information booth off there to the right, but I want to get a little bit more information before then, so take that Koopa and where am I? I hope you brought your swimsuit. This city lies on Brazil's most famous coastline. And what is this? That little car goes halfway to the stars, and its view of Rio is the best, by far. Okay. Let's see about getting to Sugarloaf Mountain and returning this cable car. Why is the Sugarloaf Mountain closed today? Like the sign says, bud, the Sugarloaf Mountain cable car was stolen, and we can't reopen until it gets returned. Here is a pamphlet with more information. Missing the Sugarloaf Mountain cable car. Reward $2,250. Sugarloaf Mountain stands on the left side of Rio's great balloon-shaped bay. 2 cable cars carry visitors 1,300 meters above both the city and Guanabara Bay. Once atop the mountain, visitors can get off at the lower vista and watch samba troupes perform at cliffside restaurants, or they can go all the way to the top. From that height, the city spreads out below like a carpet of lights. The granite mountain got its name from Portuguese sailors who swore it resembled the cone-shaped loaves of sugar processed from Brazilian sugarcane. Alright, we want to return the cable car. Sugarloaf got its name from Portuguese sailors. What's the name of the bay to the east of Sugarloaf? We've seen it written a few times here. It is Guanabara Bay. I hope I'm saying that correctly. And there's Sugarloaf Mountain. Okay. Now what's the fastest way back to the beginning? Let's go here to this set of streets, and we'll just go north, north, north. And north again. One more. And at the top. Now let's just pop into the globulator for a moment here. And we need to get to South America. We've been in Buenos Aires previously, but we're going to go north to Rio de Janeiro, which I believe means the River of January, or the January River. And let's see, we do have Yoshi there. Can't remember if that was a fact I learned from this game from as a kid, talking to one of the other people, but or if I picked it up somewhere else. But either way, we've cleared the city. Very good. Now we only have one more to go. See if you can guess what you think it is. Think of any major cities around the world that we have yet to explore. And, well, let's find out if you're right. A much more relaxed music here, and already we're being advertised a sale. Also, we should buy Star? By Star. Yes. Okay, very good. And also we should drink Cool Yum. Here at the deli. And watch TV 200. Okay, well, plenty of advertisements there. And a few other clues in the map. Let's see if we can find ourselves an artifact here amongst these Koopas. No. No one else there, so let's go to the next street up. And we'll chat with this police officer. Where am I? It's made up of 5 boroughs. This borough is Manhattan. Okay. I don't know why, I always feel like it's a good thing to be jumping over the streets, even though there is never any traffic coming. Alright, our first artifact, and that looks like, well, it's a big green hand holding something, so you can probably guess, especially since we've got a big green figure holding something here on the map. Why is the Statue of Liberty closed today? Like the sign says, bud, the Statue of Liberty torch was stolen, and we can't reopen until it gets returned. Here is a pamphlet with more information. Missing the Statue of Liberty torch. Reward $1,750, bonus $2,500. The Statue of Liberty was a gift from the French people to commemorate the friendship between the countries, which started during the American Revolution. Built by Franco-Italian sculptor Frederick Bartholdi, Miss Liberty was dedicated on October 28, 1886. Made from copper, the statue weighs 225 tons and stands 151 feet tall. Her nose alone is 4 feet long. The torch in her right hand is raised above the Hudson River. Her left hand holds the Declaration of Independence. The statue stands on Liberty Island in the New York Harbor. Alright, let's just return this torch. What does the lady hold in her hands? Not a flashlight and a map, not gloves and a French tricolor, but a torch and the Declaration of Independence. And Miss Liberty looks a lot like... I do know that it is the sculptor's mom. I don't know that it ever actually gets said, though. And there's the Statue of Liberty. I do believe Liberty Island itself was originally a fort. It was one of those star-shaped forts, and that's the base structure on which the Statue of Liberty stands. Now we've got well, something very golden there. Let's pop back this way, talk to this fellow. Where am I? Baseball is the national sport and apple pie is the dessert of choice. What is this? Besides the skyline, this statue in those rings says New York. Carnegie Hall next? Okay. And we'll clear this little northwest section across the river. Where am I? Legend has it, the colonists bought Manhattan for $24 from the Indians. Rather outdated term for him to use there. What is this? Both Center and Plaza are named for Mr. Rockefeller, who built this in the Depression. That's a Greek god. Okay. And let's cut across this way. Where am I? So nice they named it twice. New York, New York. And what is this? The plaza was named for Rockefeller. Maybe that fellow is 24-karat gold. Alright, yes, it should be pretty obvious to know where we are. And, well, let's check out this information booth. Why is the Empire State Building closed today? Like the sign says, bud, King Kong was stolen. Really? And we can't reopen until it gets returned. Here is a pamphlet with more information. Missing King Kong. Reward, $1,960. Named after New York's nickname, the Empire State, the Empire State Building stands 1,453 feet tall. At 102 stories, it's the third tallest building in the world and is served by 73 elevators. It would take 30 minutes to climb the 1,860 stairs, but the express elevator will carry you to the 80th floor in under a minute. While King Kong is a fictional figure, the resident window washer can be seen daily, climbing the portable scaffolds which enable her to move easily around the 5 acres of windows. Each pane gets washed once a month. Now, 5 acres of windows to wash. Oof. Alright, we'll pop up one more street and see about this Koopa over here to the left, which will also give us a chance to talk to this lad. Where am I? Being an early bird in the Big Apple really helps. What is this? That god has been painted gold. He must look at the ice skating rink and get awfully cold. Okay, there's only one more option for the final artifact. Unless I've missed something, but let's head down this street here. Down one more. And there we have it. Oop. There we go. Now I'm going to... Oh, yes, that'll be King Kong, so... We know that that's for the Empire State Building, but what do we have here? Why is the Rockefeller Center closed today? Like the sign says, bud, the statue of Prometheus was stolen, and we can't reopen until it gets returned. Here is a pamphlet with more information. Missing the statue of Prometheus, reward $1,700. Radio City Music Hall was made world famous by the dance troupe The Rockettes. The all-female group was started in Missouri in 1925. They took their name from the Roxy Theater, their original New York City home. The Rockettes have performed their high kicks in Radio City since its opening day in 1932. The music hall was built to be the largest and showiest theater in the world, despite the Depression, which was then at its worst. The theater is a famous Art Deco landmark. Alright, I want to return the statue of Prometheus. The statue that overlooks the skating rink is the statue of Prometheus, yes. And Rockefeller Center Street closes one day a year because it's so that the street will remain private property. Yes, sort of a legal loophole there. Very good. And let's lastly get up one more street and back towards the Empire State Building so we can return King Kong. How tall is the Empire State Building? That would be 102 stories. And the Empire State Building is located in, just as we heard from the officer, it is Manhattan, which is both a borough and an island. Alright, now it's a straight shot back down to the beginning. Across the river. Grab Yoshi. Heading up north through South America. Past Mexico, to the east of Texas, New York City, and New York, USA. And there we have it. We should have cleared our final city. And there we have our final password, which I believe when you input it will just take you back to this point where you can fight Roy Koopa, who is our last obstacle here. Just need to land 6 shots on his head. Sometimes easier said than done. Ooh. And one more. Very good. We can come over to the door here, and I'll let the little triumphant music play out. But after that, it'll just be a final cutscene where we release Mario. So let's watch. So Luigi, having made his way through, activates the lever there, opening up the secret panel in the wall, which was apparently the prison cell for Mario. Seems very excited, that's good. Now Bowser will show up, quite upset, no doubt, that we have foiled his plans. But one more hit of the lever, the one lever that seems to do everything, has placed Bowser into this cannon. Very conveniently placed, which will send him flying up and out of his castle in Antarctica to land far away in the distance, freeze in the snow, and then crumble to pieces. And there you have it. That is the end of Mario is Missing. All right, Dan. Well, I hope you learned some things along the way. I definitely did. Some of these things are, well, it's all stuff that I learned as a kid when I was playing this for the first time. But, a lot of it is nice to be reminded of. And although some of the facts definitely have changed, I think it's an interesting time capsule, both to look at how facts can change over time in terms of what cities have the most population, or which buildings are the tallest, but also things like all of the discoveries that have been made about the origin of Homo sapiens and the history of our species on the planet. Not only that, but also how language changes, and nowadays there's more of a focus on letting groups of people self-select the terms that they would like to be used to apply to them, the labels and names, rather than having those labels and terms coming from outside of those groups, which I think is more than fair. All right, Dan, well, that's everything I've got to say about Mario is Missing. Definitely educational, definitely good entertainment, and absolutely a success to combine those things into a piece of edutainment. Certainly a good way to pique the interest of any kid wanting to know a little bit more about the world around them. Alright, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later.